a man that has been at the heart of the green revolution of a country that we all are looking at today as they celebrate the gains made as far as rice production is concerned. The man on the line is a Ghanaian politician, a member of the 7th Parliament of the 4th Republic of Ghana, representing the Chifo Ati Mokwa constituency in the Central Region on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party. And he is credited with developing a concept note behind Nigeria's successful rice production story. The question we're asking this morning is that why is he not at the helm of affairs? Honorable Abraham Juma Odoom, good morning, sir, and thank you very much for your time.
Good morning, Kaku. Hope you are doing well.
I am okay. Happy New Year to you, sir.
Same to you and all Ghanaians.
I see. How have you been? I understand you have been going around, traveling around. What have you been doing, though?
Well, currently, I'm at Afram Plains,
okay,
working with National Service Secretariat on the Agric Youth into Agric project. We're trying to develop something that we use it as a training center.
Okay.
So we can get a youth interested in Agric again.
I see. Interesting. Now, let me start on this very difficult note. Is it that you have lost your touch? Is it that you have lost your that oomph that you have that helped the Nigerian rice production? Is it that you have lost, it's become a cake, your style, your procedures, every other thing has been lost, for which you have not been called to help the fortunes of rice productions, especially here in Ghana?
Oh, talking about lost your touch, if I have, I will not be on the field. Kaku, even December 24th, I was on the field. 25th, I was on the field. After 31st night, I came right onto the field, trying to do what I think God has given me to do. And that is, if somebody like Adesina of African Development Bank have made a statement that the next batch of millionaires are going to be farmers, then I buy into that dream and that vision. Think that we have a lot of young ones who can take advantage of that dream. And this is exactly what I am doing. And talking about the Nigeria experience, you rightly said it. I developed the concept right here in Ghana, even before I went to Nigeria. How did the concept come about? I initiated Cocoa High Tech. And after I have initiated Cocoa High Tech and President Kufuor was out of office, he was asked to bring me to Liberia to help. And I went to Liberia to help them also resuscitate their cocoa after the long period of war. So Liberia, it was there that I came to a realization that we need to do something as Africans to at least take agriculture into our own hands rather than depending on foreign imports. So I did a concept paper for rice and then cocoa. I brought it down to President Kufuor, who also endorsed it. Then said, okay, let me take you to Professor Amano of Legon University. We went there. He also helped me to put more fresh onto the concept paper. Then at a forum in Washington, Cat Hanger Foundation and the Michigan State University accepted to work with us to bring it up to international standards. It was after that we got Bill and Melinda Gates to support President Kufuor so that we could do it in 4 countries in Africa: Ghana, Tanzania, Burkina, and Nigeria. I happen to be the head of policy and advocacy. We have 2 components, the technical side, then the policy and advocacy. And I was the head of the policy and advocacy. So I was based in Nigeria. And then we worked for what the success story of Nigeria came up.
Mm.
And in January last year, that was where they did their 7th year anniversary. And they honored me by inviting me as a guest of honor. And the letter, I mean, maybe your colleagues may have it, from REFAN, stipulated in the 3rd paragraph that for your contribution for the success of the Nigerian rice story, we are bringing you here to honor you. So I went and I came, and the whole thing now became viral, and everybody is discussing. So I haven't lost my touch.
You haven't lost your touch at all. It's still there.
Yeah. Currently, I'm doing it.
Okay.
I have Odoom rice on the market.
Mm.
And if I will send you a picture of the Odoom rice.
Okay.
You just love it. It has international touch.
Let's quickly let's run around some modules, maybe the concept that you use for, if you can just quickly walk us through the concept for Nigeria. Of course, their jurisdiction is different, the numbers are different. Walk us through that one.
The concept was simple. You see, in Africa, we are more of peasantry. So the concept was around getting peasant farmers into groupings. And if you get them into groupings, you rearrange them so that at least their mindset changes, because everything starts in the mind. How to get them to prepare their land, and how to get them to use the right inputs, and how to get them also make water available. If you want to cultivate rice, it's about the land development, the inputs, and water. And these things, we can easily do them here. In Nigeria, for instance, going around the local government areas and the states, I came to a realization that they were all disillusioned, because apparently all what they were doing was wrong. And therefore, they take loans, farmers take loans, and they are not able to pay. I mean, it was confirmed when I went to the banks, and the banks confirmed everything. So what I decided was to call a national or a federal meeting where almost all the stakeholders were there. Then we started looking at the links, the weak links. And when we came to the realization that these are the challenges bedeviling the industry, and we started boldly to handle them, that is why Nigeria was able to get a homegrown solution. And this is exactly what we need to do here. And invariably in Nigeria, the central bank came on board, because during one of my rounds in the States, Jigawa, one of the development officers said, "Wow, Honorable, this thing, we have money sitting in the bank that we can use to help. And we call it the Import Substitution Fund." So when I came back to Abuja, we did a letter to Central Bank, and they said, "Yes, we have this fund here. So if only your people will be ready enough." And to get the people ready, our technical wing had to work hard to ensure that instead of the low 1.5 metric tons that we're getting per hectare, was improved to about 3 and then 4. When everybody is doing rice and he's getting about 3 metric tons per hectare, definitely he can break even. And any loan that he takes, he'll be able to pay. So we did that, and when we did that, and then the banks got satisfied that the people were ready, then Central Bank gave money to the financial institutions, the commercial institutions, to on-lend to the group. That is what became what they call the Anchor Borrower Project in Nigeria.
I see.
Yes. So that is the strategy that we use. And we use that strategy to help the local people. I remember the refund people, I was able to mobilize them from a no figure to about 1.2 million people. And I always say that they were in an obscure office in Gwagwalada, if you know Abuja.
Okay.
Now, as we talk, their office have been moved to Mantama, something like an airport residential area in Ghana.
I see.
So this is how we did it. And we were doing it so that it will become homegrown. I mean, the farmers will benefit. I remember one of the monitoring and evaluating. We went to a community. There was this guy who came there. He had a black bag in his armpit, only to show us that his first time of getting 1.5 million naira. So he poured all the money down. Now, Oga, now this is your project, and you give me this money. All my life, the highest money I see in my life was 50,000. But this your project has made me to rake 1.5 million naira. So this is the kind of thing that we did.
I see.
And I believe that this is the kind of thing that we have to do.
Okay. I see. Now, a quick search, and I'm too sure, just as you have the module for Nigeria and you have executed that successfully, I'm too sure you have learnt of other countries as well. A quick search, when you do a quick search on Google and you want to find countries that are major producers of rice, you're going to have on top of that China, followed by India, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Vietnam, before Thailand comes in. Now, I bring Thailand because of what is about to happen in Ghana. Now, there's also the knowledge that there are a lot of successful rice producers already here in Ghana, people who are farming on large scale. I'm too sure you have met some of them, you have seen some of them. A partnership with Thailand. First of all, what kind of module is Thailand running for which Ghana would want to partner and get some expertise from? Can you share with us?
Me, you see, we have to do a little bit history. We were here one day, we had the experience of one Madam Cotton coming to help Ghana produce rice. You remember that one? The Abeyeme. And now it has become a white elephant because of the later development, legal issues, what have you. And as we talk now, Abeyeme is sitting there, and we cannot even utilize it because it's bedeviled with legal issues. That is one experience Ghana must learn if we are stretching our hands for any foreign support. And two, as you said, there have been a lot of successful rice farmers and growers and millers in their country. So that if we want to develop our rice, then we want to look inside Ghana to see what resources and what opportunities are available. For instance, if we're able to streamline, like I already said about Nigeria one, very well, we'll be able to even entice Ghanaian investors to support. You see, my fear and my worry, Thailand has been denied of importation of rice from Nigeria and Ghana. And therefore, anything can be on their mind as they come to work with us. I mean, already I've told you about America, Madam Cotton coming. They did it and it failed. That was the time Ghana would have come out of rice importation. But we failed because they have their, you know, when you are dealing with foreign countries, you have to be very careful, especially when they are competitors. When you are ready, your hands are your stomach over there with them. You have to be very strategic. If they are not strategic, they can do anything to you. If, for instance, let me play a devil's advocate here. If the Thailand people come and over the period have something and doesn't go well, and then we slam down and already would have maybe killed our local initiative, definitely we are going to go back to them to import. You see, some of us have had some experience. That is why we are talking this way. When I finished Legon, I went to work at Cocoa Products Factory, Takrade. At that time, Cocoa Products Factory was employing about 1,200 people. And it was one of the reputable companies in the country. As young as I was, I saw that we were importing almost all our packing materials from outside. Then I said, no. We have PCC in Takoradi. We have multi-wall paper sacks in Takoradi. So we, together, some of the young guys, together we work it out in such a way that we stop the importation of packing materials. All to see that there was an attack on us. Beyond the attack, it even developed to the extent that some Germans came to take over Cocoa Products Factory. And as we talk now, that place has been closed down permanently.
Wow.
A factory that was winning world gold prices 5 times in consecutive years. I went there. I mean, the records are there. You go to Takoradi when you are moving from this place, that hospital, Fiankwanta Hospital to Takoradi, you see it there on the right-hand side. You see, these are some of the experiences that some of us have seen, and that is why we're very skeptical about some of this kind of foreign intervention, especially if we have the benefit of a local and homegrown solution. And we think that it will endure into our benefit to definitely use the homegrown ones before maybe going forward.
So, right. I want to get something right. You say that Nigeria is not ready to do business with Thailand as far as importation of rice into the country is concerned again.
No, they have stopped importation of rice.
They have stopped?
Yes, they have stopped importation of rice.
Completely?
Completely. So if you check your Google, well, Nigeria now is one of the leading producers of rice. I think they are 14 or 15.
Even with their numbers?
Yes. They have stopped. I mean, the last time I was there, and a year ago for that anniversary, it was around this time, it was about 21st January. The whole previous year, the importation that came was about 2,000 metric tons.
Okay.
Yes. So Nigeria is no more importing rice from Thailand.
I see. Let's talk.
If Ghana too, because of Bank of Ghana statement, says that we are no more going to import or support importation of this thing, then it means that is going to happen. And here in Ghana, there are some serious rice millers who are working around the clock to make sure that this thing happens.
The 40,000 hectares of land, as promised, to be given to, I mean, if you like, partners, the Thai partners or investors with also Jospon. Is it one that is going to be at one place or to be scattered around? What's the module like, especially? I know you've not been briefed, but what on top of your mind?
I don't have an idea, so I can't speak to that one. Currently, what I know about is in Western region. I am partnering the Western region, RCC, one, to reclaim all the Galamsey lands there.
Okay.
And then convert them into rice fields. This is what I know about. And that one, at least we've been able to recognize about 10,000 acres of land to be reclaimed. And already they have about 20,000 lowlands that we are going to start working on. But as to the question that you asked me, I have no idea.
Is Ghana able to feed itself as well if today maybe the government miraculously listens to our voices and says, you know what, let Thailand go? Agric Minister engage Mr. Odoom and the other, Mr. Senyo Hosi, Honorable Inusa Fuseni, Mr. Kando, and all of these other people producing this rice here in this country, engage them. Are we able to feed ourselves all year round?
If you recall, sometime last year, I think July, the minister commissioned a project in the central region, the Korean Rice Project. And there he made a statement that central region alone can produce all the rice that we need in Ghana, which I also join him. I know it because I was part of the development of that project. I tell you, Kuku, Central Region alone, if we are to do the lowlands, we can produce enough rice to feed the whole of the country, and even export. Central Region alone. And in Central Region and Western Region and part of Ashanti Region, the rice over there is very white because of the soil nomenclature. So if people are saying, don't forget in the 70s, Tamale area, the northern region, where there was a rice boom that people, civil servants who went there, when they are even transferred back, don't want to come because the rice boom became so, huge that people were making so much money and were exporting even rice to Burkina and Mali and the rest. And I believe that this round, we need to take the bull by the horn, do it by our own self. And I know that people are aware in the Ministry of Agriculture that we have players in the system who are capable of doing it.
I see.
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt, Kweku.
Yeah.
Currently, Central Region, if you cross-check, the regional minister is talking about it. And I know it, that if Central Region is able to do it 2-3 years, Central Region alone can produce all the rice. So for me, bringing foreigners to come where after they have come to invest, they will be exporting our Ghana cedis through dollar away, and it's going to put pressure on us again as citizens. I think we had better taken a reflection on it.
I see.
See if we can do a homegrown solution, which is doable. It's 100% doable. I won't say it's not doable. It's doable.
Okay, the president said within this period, when he had received the guests from Thailand, of course, Jospon Group, said that he was upbeat that Ghana would be moving towards a new system of agricultural inputs that would reduce its dependence on agricultural chemicals imported from countries such as Russia, Ukraine. I quote, he says, now we are going to be dealing with organic fertilizer, which is better for our soil, better for our pockets, and generally more environmentally friendly and conducive than what we have been using up till today. Unquote. That's the President Akufo-Addo speaking there. What does it mean when he says this, especially in connection with
what he said and what the president says is correct? And I've started it.
Okay.
I have already started it, and I've started demonstrating it. Currently, where I am in Agogo, I met the farmers and I told them, this year farm that we are going to do, we are not going to use chemical fertilizer. We are going to use poultry droppings, and I've done it. If you talk to the Poultry Farmers Association, their president and their secretary, they will tell you. We have pioneered, or we've done some demonstration farm where we use only poultry manure, and the benefit that the result that we got out of the maize, incredible. I'll send you pictures.
I see.
Yes, I'll send you pictures. We've done it.
I see. There's now the talk about Western, Central, and Northern regions as far as production of rice is concerned. Years before, for some of us, it was the Aveime that was loud. It was popular in the Volta region. What's happening to that? Do you have any idea at all? And why is the concentration not around that space, especially when it's been done already?
No, that's what I'm saying. The Aveime one is now bedeviled with legal issues. Other than that, by now, yes, you go to a Ministry of Agric and they'll tell you a lot of legal issues. And that is where some of us, we are afraid that if the ties come, we could lend our rice production to another bigger battle. And that is not going to be to our benefit. For instance, those days, we were hopeful that we were going to use that Abayeme project to get out of rice importation. But they fizzle out because you don't know the people who are coming, what they are thinking. I mean, sometimes some of us feel that as Africans, we need to take our own development into our own hands. This is why when the president said African beyond, Ghana beyond aid, some of us would believe it and would subscribe to it.
But clearly, the Thailand partnership is not anything that can be said that is beyond aid, right?
Come again.
The partnership with Thailand right now, with the interest that nobody knows, cannot be said that it is beyond aid. Anything beyond aid.
Yes, because you see, when you are dealing with competitors, especially somebody who was feeding you, and you say you are independent, and then you say, "Come and help me do it here." Why, in the first place, have you stopped importing from me? And now you are asking me to come here and help you. You see, I mean, if you put the two together, then you have to be a little bit careful in taking a decision like that. Because if, for instance, I had my hands in your mouth, then I pull it out, and then I say, "Come and help me to do my own feeding." Would you come with, a very clear mind and a clear heart to do it for me? For virtually almost free, especially when I have to bring my money. You have to bring your money to come and do it for me. That is where the apprehension is.
When last did you speak to the Minister of Agric?
I think about we met casually somewhere about 4 or 5 months ago.
No, not casually. I'm talking about on issues of policy, issues of rice production and all that.
That was 2018 thereabout. We had a committee. I went to him. We called a meeting. He opened a meeting where Central Bank was there, the financial institutions were there, the millers were there, Gessel insurance companies were there, and then peasant farmers were there. We started that meeting, and we were attending, and we had a program of doing just what we are talking about now. Then later on, fizzle out. Invitations were not coming again for us to meet. So that is maybe the last time. And it was a big event that we held in his office where he charged us to do all these things. But then along the line, I was not hearing from them, and I couldn't. I went to his personal assistant, one Mr. Krobi Asante, complained about notice for meetings, and I left it. So that is how far maybe we came.
I see. Today, if you were asked what the solution is to bounce back again, is it about doing it on our own, and how do we get the minister, the president, to listen? Because clearly it's the Minister of Agric that has led this delegation from Thailand and of course Jospon Group to the president. As much as they think that it is the best of the best, we are here, and it is going to spell doom for us, as a lot of people have predicted. What must be that to that must turn their minds around again to come back home?
No, I know stakeholders are talking. Yesterday, some of the stakeholders called me. The Best Farmers Association, they called me. Peasant farmers have called me. I've offered my support to them if need be, that we go to see the president. The president will think that, yes, you are the president, you are our executive director and leader. You have said this, but we think if you go this way, it will help. In a non-violent way, in a more civilized way, very cordial, this thing. Another group have even requested to have a meeting with Jospon himself so that we could maybe open his eyes to some of the issues. You see, the unfortunate thing is, Jospon is not originally, in the industry. He's coming in as a novice, and therefore, the best thing for his management team to have done was to have engaged the stakeholders before moving ahead to do all these things. Unfortunately, they didn't do that, but that is not the matter. The matter is that we as a country will feel strongly that the best way to go is that we must have a homegrown solution so far as rice cultivation is concerned. Of course, rice cultivation, the major issue is the land development, how to get the trees removed from the land, because once you are able to remove the stumps from the land, it becomes permanent. And like the president said, we could use our organic manure to treat the soil. For instance, something like plantain leaves serves as a very good fertilizer if you pass it through compost system. Some of us, we are learning. We are taking information from elsewhere and putting them together, and even going back to what our grandees were doing. In those days, that there were no fertilizer. Our people were able to produce food in quantities that at least per their sizes of area that they were clearing. For me, for instance, my father was a rice farmer, cocoa and a rice farmer. So most of the things that I'm doing now, I learned it on the field. Even though I've not read agriculture in any classroom. I didn't do agriculture in any classroom. And therefore, I call myself a Joseph spirit man. I'm just a Joseph man in the industry. Except that I understand the farmers. I relate to the farmers. But at the end of the day, there's nothing that you have to do that you can do it well without talking to them, the practitioners.
I see.
For instance, when I wanted to do the poultry dropping, I just went to the community where we started it. Then we sat down, we talked about it, gave my impression about what we want to do. They also said what they think we could do. And then at the end of the day, we came to one point and we have done it and it's working. Other people too have done it. If you talk to the secretary, Lawrence of the poultry farmers, he will show you solid pictures of what he's using poultry manure to. And if you go to Manson, Kropon, M&J, Asabel Farms, what we did there is there solid for everybody to look at.
I see.
So what the president said, we support it 100%. And it's the best way. We don't have to go chemical fertilizer. We have to go organic. And there are some other people who are doing organic fertilizer. For instance, you go to Kantanka, our own Kantanka. See what the man is doing. Have we finished even tapping into that one? If you go to Kantanka farms, the kind of things that he's doing, bringing back old varieties.
I see.
Yes, let's go to Kantanka. The kind of things that he's doing for rice, for yam, for even plantain. You get Kantanka doing plantain, and one socket that he put there can produce about 50 or as many as 30 sockets.
Wow.
All these things are here. We haven't, and he's using no more chemical pesticides.
I see.
He's using local pesticides, like he's using the neem tree pesticides and other leaves. And I believe that as Ghanaians and Africans, if the president said Ghana beyond aid, these are some of the things that we need to take advantage of to do the kind of thing that we do. Because I believe you, if we Ghanaians will even listen to Safo Kantanka in terms of agriculture, we don't need anybody to come and tell us what to do. Honorable
Abraham Juma Odoom, we're grateful for your time. Again, We are praying for you that you will grow from strength to strength. You will grow in wisdom as well, so that one day, just one day, and very soon as well, we'll get to tap into your huge expertise so we can bounce back again.
Well, already my rice is on the market.
Indeed.
Odoom rice.
Okay.
Odoom rice is on the market.
Very well.
And the labeling itself is fantastic. So I'll forward a copy to you.
Please
and
do.
Your team.
Please do. Thank you very much indeed for your time. And that's the Ghanaian politician, a member of the 7th Parliament of the 4th Republic of Ghana, representing the Chifo Ati Mokwa constituency in the Central Region on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party. The man credited with developing a concept node behind Nigeria's successful rice production story. So the question is, why not the successful rice production story of Ghana? I'll toss it over to Kobla Mavo as well in some few minutes to wrap it up for us. What he knows about this, of course, it might not be different from what Mr. Odoom is saying, but from a perspective of what we know as well, we might not be the big farmers, but the ordinary mind also knows what the solution has to be. Kobla, if you're ready, let's take it away.
Koku, I'm grateful to Mr. Odoom this morning because he has said a lot of things, including our unpreparedness to commit to things that we are supposed to do to give us the solution we want. It is not enough to, or in other words, we have enough of the rhetorics. Again, it is not enough to just say things and do nothing. So, yes, the president is talking about we using organic fertilizer. How many times had we not said that? But what is the level of commitment do we have? What is the political will attached to this kind of agenda? When he said Ghana Beyond Aid, and one person who was so excited that for once, again, we believe that the African and the black man is capable of dealing with his own affairs. The next moment, it became a dream. Right. Now, remember, there are countries that already support Ghana's rice production. JICA and Queka are development partners that were seriously supporting Ghana and specifically the Ministry of Agriculture in the production of rice to be able to double rice production by a certain number by the year 2020 thereabout. They have provided a document from the ministry. I have this document and it's even dated 2009.
Okay.
That's the Ministry of Food and Agriculture of Republic of Ghana, National Rice Development Strategy. Now, that document has in it all the things that we were supposed to do and captured all the statistics of our rice production, our rice consumption, our rice import to augment the production. But watch this. Key around the issues they mentioned were post-harvest issues. Where post-harvest issues, let me calm down so that people would understand. You produce paddy rice. Now, when we say paddy rice, we're just talking about rice that has been taken out of, when we produce rice, we harvest what we just get, which is not processed, okay, entirely. So you produce paddy rice, about 1.2 million tons, metric tons. Then, in your process, because of lack of capacity, you now process the paddy. Now, you only able to mill about 600,000 out of the 1.2 million paddy that you have produced. What that means is that you have produced rice, all right, but what you have actually processed for assessment or for consumption is just about half what you have produced. Now, where does the rest go? Now, the rest goes into what we know to have become broken rice, which they again use for other things like the umutus. They will prefer to use the broken rice. And the rest, if not properly processed, cannot be used. Becomes another waste. Are you getting it? So in that case, we will be termed at not producing enough to take care of the Ghanaian. The International Food Policy Research Institute indicated that rice can be produced in every region of Ghana. Okay? And this is how they captured it. They said the cultivation of rice can be done in all agroecological zones in the country. The agroecological zones tells you that it's everywhere in this country. Okay? Now, there are areas you need to look at. MOFA itself has some data when it began to talk about self-sufficiency in producing of rice by 2024. Suggests that between 2008 and 2020, we had a range of 302,000 metric tons and 987,000 metric tons. Now, out of that, only 181,000 to 622 was properly milled. Okay? Now, that is only a small portion that was left for what we need. However, our need for consumption was 1.450 million tons. So 1.4 is what we needed as for our consumption, and what we are able to mill per the data up to 2020 was only 622, leaving some deficit, for which reason we are told that we need to be doing imports, and from other countries, which Thailand is not even in the first three. Now, what are the limitations? What are the areas where we need to look at? We have grouping of the peasant farmers, smallholder farmer group, and we have to look at how we take care of the land, inputs, and water. But for us, the rice we produce here is again carved into two things: for food and for cash crop. How can we claim, per the Ministry of Food and Agriculture's own documentation, that we are producing rice for food and as cash crop? Cash crop simply means we have produced to sell. Now, we do not have what we need to eat, yet we are still saying that it's produced as cash crop. Between 1971 to about 2000, rice production increased from 54,900 tons to 973,000 metric tons. And to 2021, it increased to 1.2 million tons. And like Mr. Odoom rightly said, Ghana has had the capacity to produce, to feed its own self. Remember, he only mentioned central region. If the area of central region is properly explored, it can even feed Ghana. So we have left Western, we have left Volta, we have left Ashanti. That should tell you that the position of rice being a cash crop, if we really produce, we can actually tap into it because we have excess, too much. Now remember, rice only became a staple food not too long ago. Now, why did it become a staple food? People might be thinking it's because it is for rich people. No, 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 no. It's only because it's for easy preparation. You know, I tell friends that when I visit a woman and you prepare rice and egg stew, day 1. Day 2, you prepare yam and egg stew. Day 3, you prepare plantain and egg stew. That is the end of it. It means you don't know how to cook. So rice has come to be with us, especially the migrated to the urban areas because of ease of preparation. What do we need to look at to make sure that we get the best out of our rice? 1, quality of what we engage in. How do we ascertain or get to that stage? Is because we need to look at the kind of input we have, the kind of technology we employ in processing, and how we do the handling. Then we can tell ourselves, doesn't the Ghanaian deserve to eat quality rice? Then we look at standardization. And we have, look, one of the biggest bodies in the world, Africa and the world, which is the Ghana Standards Authority, under which we have another institution, the Ghana Food and Drugs Board Authority. Look, you can use the standard everywhere in the world. Do we want to say that we cannot standardize even the ones that produce small areas to make sure that Ghanaians eat the best of rice in this country? Then we look at the profitability, because if we provide the right standard, the right quality, definitely we would be able to cash in on good returns. There we have a lot of people employed, so you would have cut down on the unemployment rate. People would have gone into fertilizer production, organic fertilizer production. People would have turned the waste of rice into something else. Remember, let me tell you this. Animal husbandry, specifically pig, has a lot to take from the waste of rice. Okay? So we do not have any reason not to get into rice production. Now, what are the areas we need to look at? There are lowland areas, there are highland areas, and there are other areas, the third areas that we need to look at where rice can be produced. And when we look at that, we look at 1, irrigated activity, 2, where we depend on rain pattern for the lowland, and again rain pattern for the highland. So Thailand, for example, had decided that, okay, we would improve our irrigation system, which they have done, and in an attempt to increase rice production. You are sitting down. You haven't thought, you haven't projected, you haven't sat your people down and say, purposefully, this is what we want to do for this country. Purposefully. Mr. Odoom had mentioned, and we had mentioned already on this platform, that Just Pond is not a rice farmer. He's a novice coming into this rice business. And we should not blame him, because he's looking for an opportunity to create room for other Ghanaians to get something to do. But the fact is that we as Ghanaians have the capacity to deliver on this. There are documents that are available from JICA and Quaker on the strategic positioning of rice production with Ministry of Food and Agriculture. The last time Mr. Odoom spoke to the Minister of Agriculture was 2018.
Yes.
Isn't that strange? Isn't it strange? Isn't it strange? And getting even his special assistant to listen for an arrangement of a meeting also didn't work. It's just a similar thing that we face here. When we call them for information, we don't get it. When we call the institutions, Ministry of Agriculture, they are reluctant to provide data. Why should we suffer, sir? Then the next thing is you go and bring Thai company or people from Thailand from whom you decided that you're not going to import to bring. Now, let me tell you what they will do simply. They will start the first year telling you they are doing feasibility studies. And they will tell you, for now, let's continue importing rice to about 1.2 million tons into this country. And then when they start production, they will tell you we're starting on a small scale. Whilst they are doing that, they will still be importing. And at the point, they will tell you they have difficulties continuing. So let's see, why don't we stop for 5 years and continue importing to see how we can augment the system? So importation continue. By the way, is it true that somebody in this country is selling off Aveima? Or they have sold off Aveima? Is it true that somebody, remember Aveima is in the Volta region, and the other rice you can get from the Volta region areas include Apipa. Oh, I tell you, when you taste rice, when you even pass through the environment, the flavor, the aroma of rice will hit you. Oh yes. Just ask anybody traveling on the road from Accra to Aplau today. They should give you a feedback when they get to Apipa. Okay? They can tell you the feeling. But is it true that somebody in this country has sold Aveima?
8:15 a.m. here on the Class Morning Show. Time check is 8:15 a.m. That's a big question that he just put there. But we are also asking you the question this morning. 0302 20 80 80. 0302 20 80 80. Is it possible that we cannot do this on our own? Let's go onto the phone lines right now and pick the calls. Please lower the volume on your radio set and let's speak. You have some 1 minute. Let's go. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Oh, bonjour. This is Banana.
Very well. You're on it. Let's go.
You say you don't lay a trap in the face of the animal you want to catch. You say the person is behaving like Eli, who, when the children were misbehaving, he was informed and said, let's go do what you want to do. Look at the great ideas that have been, aired from day to day out. And look at what contractor is doing when it comes to agree. And so why should we find ourselves in this kind of state? We sing about the heritage left for us. So what are we doing with those heritage? In fact, we need to retrace ourselves back, how we got here, and I believe things will work out right.
Indeed.
Those who are not performing must be, dismissed. We can't have people being paid for doing nothing. Year in, year out, our debt keep rising. So I think the only way out is get those who are not performing out. Bonjour.
Bonjour. Thank you very much. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from? Hello. What's your name? Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning to you.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
This is Aaron.
Let's go. You're on air.
Thank you so much. Now, there's a saying in the holy books that a prophet is not honored in his own town. That is what we just experienced. Now, the gentleman, our father that we just interviewed, which has inspired some of us, if we have been able to honor him well, the initiative we went to different jurisdiction, that is our neighboring country, to embark on, he would have done it here and do it much more better. At a point, he said, Nigeria is not importing again. Wow. When are we also, when will we get to that stage? When will we get to that age? When we will also not import? Now, when we stop importation of rice, it will create, in a way, it's a form of, it will create employment and what have you. I am looking at the employment sector. And also, it would bring the price of rice down. Now, the 5 kilo of rice, we can't afford it.
Okay.
So what is it at all that we cannot tame our father here and he went away?
I see.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Hi, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Hello, good morning. My name is Ebenezer from Kitasi.
Very well. You're on air. Talk to us.
The quick one. Let me wish my father, Mr. Samuel Kwesiat, my happy 70th birthday.
Indeed.
And pray for God blessings and long life.
Amen.
I've always been saying this. This one is not about politics. It's about the wickedness of the Ghanaian. Because the Ghanaian will not make room for his own Ghanaian to develop, but rather they are sourcing for external sources for us, for them to milk us, for them to make their profit. Honestly, we have this right, Abayime and all those things. Let the country sit down. That's all I always say about the opposition. Please, let's come together, bring constructive ideas. Let's sit down and provide, because rice has been a staple food, and it's milking the country. We can create jobs from this. Mr. Odoom has been a perfect gentleman. I've been following his rice processes for a long time. Please, this is not about politics. Let the MPP put the MPP aside, the NDC put the NDC aside. Let's come constructively. Not letting someone to come and mail us of our money and go away.
But the interesting thing is that Mr. Odoom is even a new patriotic person. I mean, party person. Yeah, you know. Yeah.
That's the saddest thing.
Anyway.
Whenever I come, they'll say he's an MPP, pro MPP, so you have to no. He's an MPP man. He's an MPP man. That's the saddest thing. So let's put our differences together and help provide the country.
Indeed.
Have a happy New Year.
You too. Thank you very much. All right. Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning, bro. I'm Mike from Kotobabe.
Indeed. You want to talk to us?
Thank you, sir. Now, that's why you have gotten to a point like that, right? You see, when we continue electing people with degree who don't know anything, have not tasted poverty before, this is how it goes. Good morning.
Good morning, indeed. Thank you very much. Hi, good morning. What's your name?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Koku, this is Babs.
Very well, Babs. You're on air. Let's go.
Yeah. Koku, I just want to refresh your mind.
Please do.
When former President Gaddafi first came to Ghana to meet Jerry Rawlings, I remember he came by road. When he saw water origin, he asked Jerry Rawlings that, is that a rice farm? Jerry Rawlings said no. So, wow, it's not a rice farm. He said yes. So, fast track, Just Pond Company want to start rice farming. Good initiative. At least every home in Ghana eat rice. But, Koku, what happened to quality grain? What happened to quality grain? I think my idea is, look, just for instead of the Thailand coming here to teach us, why don't we send the expertise rather to Thailand for them to learn and then come back to teach our farmers? It will rather be, the expertise will rather go and learn and come and teach our farmers here. Thailand is making, as of 2019, Thailand is making $60.46 million after 2019 on rice exporting to Ghana. 2019. So imagine 2020, 2021, 2022. How much are they making?
I see.
So if they come here, do you think they will teach us the right thing?
I see.
Right, but rather we sending our expertise rather there for them to go and learn. And
very well. Hi, good morning. What's your name?
What's the benefit of Ghanaian? You see, the thing is show working. It's not about talk. I was listening to the interview with the MP or whatever.
Yes, Mr. Odoom.
All what you were saying is all talking. We have been here since 2016 or 2017. These particular people, these people in power now, everything in their mouth. Everything they have done, everything they were. Ghana is the most better. Ghana is better off than Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, Tunisia, all Africa countries. Ghana. But when it comes to Ghana, there is nothing going on. They are used. This is called lip service. You know lip service.
Okay, but the man can show working. Or he's using the Nigerian story to show working. He's the one who gave rise to the Nigerian, success story.
My brother. Do you have any evidence?
Of course. That's an open secret. Everybody knows Mr. Odoom. Unless you don't. Go to Nigeria today.
Is in this country.
Yeah.
We are still importing rice into this country. Then there's no work to show.
Absolutely. So if you don't go to Mr. Odoom to ask him of the solutions, what does he do?
So right now, the available rice. What is wrong with the available rice?
He has just said on air, and it's also open secret, that is bedeviled with a lot of lawsuits, and we are also understanding that somebody is selling it off to a U.S. company.
No, listen to me, you know what? This government in power, government has authority or power over that available rice. It's the government property. So how would somebody sell it? The thing is that if only we were thinking about ordinary Ghanaians, we want to bring work, we want everybody to be employed. Even rice supposed to be the first thing you tackle, job, fighting for job and food or whatever. That place supposed to be the first place to be tackled. When we go to APFL, we go to Australia, when we go to come to Batavia, there are project rice farm there that can be developed to feed this nation. When he was talking, he singled out some particular regions that there will be no. You shouldn't go that way. If we want to bring wealth, if we want to cut importation of rice, then these are some of the places. It's not about talking.
Okay.
It's really back in the president about. You asked me a question that begging or going to the time those people to come and help us. You know, he was not able to answer you well. Do you know that?
I see.
Yeah. So.
I hear you. Anyways, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from? Hello. All right. So you can call us 0302 20 80 80. We can pick some 2 calls. The people are calling in, and so it's jammed up. So you can call us as well. I say so. I mean, these are some of the issues we have had to grapple with as a country. Well, there's someone on the line. Hi. Good morning.
Oh yes, this is Dan.
All right, Dan.
The problem we are having is that this Ghana Beyond Aid agenda, somebody is playing the backtrack. Instead of assisting the Ghanaians to stand on his feet, he is engaging foreign partners so that he share. And this is very, very bad. These are the things I think we need to address. They cannot be taking salaries year in, year out, and then we will get into borrowing. It's not fair.
I see. All right. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Fly.
Indeed, you're there.
Yeah, wish you a happy new year.
Amen.
Yeah.
Many happy returns.
Just as you mentioned, Mr. Odoom, we all know about the story in Nigeria where he did to the rice industry. So look at the number of years this issue has been in existence, and this man is still in this country. Nobody has called on him to implement or to help put out those measures he used in Nigeria, and he's still there. And somebody is asking if you have evidence. I'm short of words. This is something will not help the country to know the capabilities of Mr. Odoom, such a person.
I see.
If you don't know about him, you just keep your silence and let those who know about him talk about him so that people who have not heard about him will call on him to help us in this mess. He's still an MPP man, and they don't call on him. They don't ask for his opinions and such things. Because if they are doing, we will see the difference in this issue. So, Mr. Odoom, wherever you are, may God bless you and increase you.
Amen.
If they decide to use you, go ahead. If they don't, be where you are. We all know what God can do with you. God bless you, Mr. Odoom.
Bless. All right. Thank you very much indeed. Hi, good morning. What's your name? Hello. Okay, 0302 20 80 80. Callers, let's know what you think on the issues of rice production and the reason why we cannot do it. The answers, it's yes, I'm not against partnerships, Val. I am not against partnerships, but partnership, that is why I said the other day, citizenship thought, I mean, there was that thing there. If you are seeking for partnerships and help and aids, what you need to do is to look into it, whether or not there's an ulterior motive, if there's a hidden agenda. You have been importing rice from Thailand. Then you stopped because you want some substitution. Now you are going to a competitor to come and help you in the same thing they are also looking forward to maximizing profit in. It beats my imagination.
This is International Trade 101, or call it Economics 101. Everyone knows this. When you sit at the negotiating table, it's about your interest. In looking at your interest, you also gauge the interest of your competitor. This guy is involved in the industry. Do you really think the Thais are coming here to do us good? It's the interest of their countries first. The profitability of their companies first. So if you are bringing him in, one, there's going to be a delay in transfer of technology because once he empowers your people, he loses the market. We haven't thought of that. Number two, we have established the evidence and it's clear that we have local capacity. As to why we are unwilling to use the local capacity to augment the shortfalls we have, that continues to be the question on the table. There's no doubt about that. Those are the questions. So it baffles the mind that our politicians are still refusing, and always the utmost interest of the Ghanaian must be put first. If indeed Honorable Abraham Hon.Odoom has done it for Nigeria with a population of almost 300 million, why won't you put such a man in charge of a system? You claim planting for food and job. Why is this man sitting somewhere and someone with a presidential ambition leading the charge, wasting our money, our taxpayers' money? Now, come to think of it, the Ashaman irrigation dam is being encroached upon. Almost 30% of the landmass is being lost. The dam is there. The main purpose of it was to ensure that it augments rice production and other vegetables. It is wasting.
Why is it that? Why is it that we do not have rice farms around it?
It's because of these same politics. JICA, of which Kwabena talked about, built whole quarters for workers to be used. It's wasting. No one is occupying it.
Wow, where? At where?
Oh, we can take a tour.
At Ashaiman?
It's nowhere. It's not far from yes.
At Ashaiman?
Yes.
JICA built
the whole facility was a partnership. Yes, between
facilities.
government of Ghana and JICA. If you get there, it's nice, so nice.
And nobody is utilizing that space.
No one is utilizing. When you get there, the farmers who are even at the moment occupying the space are crying foul of lack of access to market, because what they even produce, there's nowhere to get it onto the market. These are the realities on the ground. If Avaima, as we are picking up, is really being put out for sale, then we have lost it right from the ground. And we must begin to rethink about how to really get systems working. And I'm glad, as Mr. Jumo said, that stakeholders are pushing for a reversal of this decision by government. We only hope he listens. But hey, even if he doesn't listen, we are here. We will push him to listen.
Are you sure about that?
Because almost all the major sectors, the oil sector has been given out in partnership to foreign companies.
Yeah.
We can't let the agri sector go the same way as the major sectors have gone.
Well, those are your thoughts as well. One thing we have done is to ensure that we clearly bring to you all the issues so that you can understand what we're doing, yeah? And I'm glad that the understanding is right here with us as well. Well, I'll get to read some of your messages pretty soon. That has been a piece of my mind. Of course, we brought in Mr. Odoom to also help us, and there was also Kobla, and then Val Eduse as well helped us indeed. I'll read some of your messages pretty soon so that let's have a feel of what you're saying as well. So you can also send us yours. 0500,202 is a WhatsApp console, and I'll get to read pretty soon as well.